Right now at noon, all lanes are back open on I-3990 near Beloit after a semi-fire slowed traffic for hours. Also, Russian forces continue to attack cities around Ukraine. How the country's residents are fighting back. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Topping our news today, all lanes are back open on I-3990 after being closed for almost 8 hours due to a semi-fire. Crews responded to the scene between Janesville and Beloit around 3:45 this morning. Rock County officials said a semi caught fire. No injuries reported, but the truck was badly damaged. The Hart Road overpass is closed as crews inspect the bridge. Strong winds exposed the structure to extreme heat from the fire. It's unclear what caused the truck to catch fire in the first place. Madison police officers are now sharing how new technology gives their department another way to catch suspects and keeps them safer on the job. The drone's ability to track and locate from above provides officers with a safe way of monitoring suspects and keeping both them and officers safe. NPD Captain Mike Hansen says using the drone has revolutionized officers' toolkits when in dangerous situations.
This is a complete game changer because we can locate suspects, as in this video, from a distance away. We can find their heat signature. We can keep them safe as they're running.
The suspect Hansen is referring to is 39-year-old Trokan Karga, that is. Last Thursday, police were called to Fitchburg, where a cab driver said he had just been robbed by a passenger who stole personal belongings and an iPad. After tracking the iPad to a nearby wooded area, police released a drone to find Karga. When officers approached him, Karga lit a bush on fire and ran from police. A short time later, he was arrested and booked into the Dane County Jail, where he's facing charges of armed robbery, negligent handling of burning material, and resisting an officer. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Julian Seawright has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. What a difference a day makes.
I know, right? Now we're looking at some rain showers rolling back in for us. Another wave of it as we're starting off our afternoon. And it's all over our sky camera. We're looking at water droplets for us. And it's going to be like this for the rest of today. So get comfortable and nice and snuggled if you're going to be staying home for today, because it's definitely a nice rainy day for us. Through the next few hours, we're going to be looking at on and off showers for us. And temperatures are going to top out into the upper 40s as well. But it will be on the breezier side as well as we continue throughout much of this afternoon. Now, as we take a look at our radar, we are looking at a bit of a dry slot, even though one more small little pocket of rain is starting to make its way into southern Wisconsin, pushing north up towards Madison as of right now. But we're still looking at more dry conditions just for the moment. But we're going to continue to see more rain on the way. Temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 50 degrees in Janesville with 46 in Madison as of right now. Many of us are still holding on to some cooler conditions as we are starting off the rest of our afternoon. Wind speeds are on the breezy side. 22 miles per hour winds in Janesville with 14 miles per hour in Madison. Our temperatures over the next few hours, as I mentioned, we're going to be pretty sustained into those 40s as we top out around 49 degrees. But we'll time out what else we're going to be seeing in terms of that rain for the next few hours, and potentially some snow is coming, Mark. We might have to take a look at that as well.
All right. You say so. Thank you, Julian. COVID testing and vaccination clinics at the Alliant Energy Center will be closing next month. Today, officials announced the clinics will close at the facility on April 3rd. The decision comes as COVID cases continue to decline all across Dane County. Public Health Madison and Dane County will still offer weekly mobile vaccine clinics. For a list of those locations, look for this story on channel3000.com. In the battle for Ukraine, Ukrainian troops are holding their own, but Russian missiles are still inflicting heavy damage across the nation. Deborah Alferone has the latest.
Doctors cleared rubble at their damaged psychiatric hospital in the city of Mykolaiv. Ukrainian officials say 3 people died when Russian missiles slammed the building on Monday. There's better news from a key suburb of Kyiv. Ukraine's defense ministry says its forces have retaken Mykolaiv, which allows Ukraine's military to prevent Russian troops from surrounding the capital city. And in the port city of Mariupol, new satellite photos show the magnitude of the destruction. Many residents remain cut off from food and other supplies. This battered woman and her family made it out of Mariupol. She explained how they remain strong. We are Ukrainians, she says. It's in our blood. As the war drags on, the Biden administration is warning of a possible cyber attack from Russia that could target critical American infrastructure.
The magnitude of Russia's cyber capacity is fairly consequential, and it's coming.
Cybersecurity experts tell CBS News they are particularly concerned about potential attacks on the U.S. financial sector, power grid, and water systems. The president told top American business leaders they have a patriotic duty to prepare their companies and that the potential for Russia to inflict even more intense violence is likely. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
A Kremlin spokesperson denied any attack was imminent, saying, quote, the Russian Federation, unlike many Western countries, including the United States, does not engage in banditry on the state level. Meanwhile, aid groups are rushing to get orphans in Ukraine out of harm's way. It's estimated about 100,000 children are in orphanages across the country, and many have been on the move for days. Officials say for many of the children, the journey out of Ukraine is a long, potentially dangerous one.
There is a huge risk of vulnerable children being trafficked or being victim of forced adoption.
Some of the most vulnerable orphans have reached relative safety at a hospital in Kyiv. Many were left behind, though, because of their fragile conditions. Right now, doctors are rushing to perform life-saving surgeries. Right now, search teams are looking for black boxes from a plane that crashed into a mountain in southern China. 132 people were on board the Boeing 737 jet. Officials say no one survived the crash. Tracking data shows the plane departed the Chinese city of Kunming early on Monday and had been flying at roughly 29,000 feet before plummeting to 8,000 feet in just over a minute. The aircraft then briefly climbed about 1,000 feet before the data abruptly ends. About 40 seconds later, Chinese Eastern Airline has grounded all of its 737-800s while the investigation continues. It's day 2 of the Supreme Court nominee Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearings. Today is the first day of questioning, and many consider it the toughest day for nominees. While the questions may be tough, Democrats remain confident they have the votes to confirm Judge Jackson to the highest court. The final confirmation vote for Judge Jackson is expected before the Easter holiday. If you take blood pressure medication, listen up. Pfizer is recalling its blood pressure drug Accuredic because there is too much of a particular impurity called nitrosamines. They're common in water and food like cured and grilled meats, dairy, and vegetables, but they could increase the risk of cancer if you're exposed to too much for too long. Pfizer's recalling the drug just in case. That includes the brand name and 2 generics. Low-income households who missed the deadline for this year's Affordable Care Act coverage can still sign up for plans with free premiums. That's thanks to a special enrollment period being offered at healthcare.gov. Americans with incomes under $19,320 or just under $40,000 for 4-member families are eligible. The Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services say most can get plans without premiums, while others may see a minimal cost. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
Funding to continue the fight against COVID-19 runs dry and stirring up the dating game for single parents ready to mingle. I'm Diane King-Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days looking for 20 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for gorgeous kitchen cabinet refacing installed in as little as 2 days. Completely and affordably transform your kitchen. Dozens of stain-resistant colors and wood finishes, soft close doors and drawers. But these are the final days. 20 homeowners who call now will receive special savings. Free installation on a cabinet refacing project, 18 months, no interest, no payments, senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. Dial 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
It's Steinhaffel's spring sale. Time to refresh your home and save big. Save 35% on all the latest styles and trends from all the top brands. Steinhafels has something for every style and every budget. Mattresses for a great night's sleep, sofas for snuggling, a new dining room table for family game night. It's all on sale. And when you take advantage of Steinhafels special financing, you're going to save even more. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
GTW is different from the other personal injury firms because we actually do trials. We have gotten great results for our clients and will continue to do so.
All in to win. Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
The White House says it is out of money to keep fighting COVID-19. The Biden administration says if Congress doesn't approve more funding, it has run out of money for testing, treatment, and vaccines. Lawmakers had been debating additional funding to fight the pandemic, but so far have not been able to reach a deal. A Russian court has banned Facebook and Instagram, saying their parent company Meta engaged in extremist activity. The ban makes it illegal for Meta to do business or operate offices in Russia, but does not go after users. Now, the use of Facebook and Instagram were already banned by the Russian government earlier this month. Nestle is in the hot seat over its ties to Russia. Ukraine's president singled out the world's biggest food company for continuing to do business in Russia as it attacks Ukraine. Nestle, the maker of Gerber Cheerios and its namesake water, defended its presence, saying, quote, "We do not make a profit from our remaining activities." Meanwhile, there's a new dating app specifically for single parents. It's called Stir. Parent company Match launched it yesterday. The company says the new app takes away the awkwardness of having to disclose you're a single parent and lets potential daters compare schedules to make sure their free time is a match. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King-Hall.
Thank you, Diane. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 212 points. The NASDAQ up 211. The SP 500 up 36. Up next at noon, we'll share your latest ag numbers, plus a new recipe from Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. And how long will this gloomy weather last? Julian has the answer after the break.
I would rate Mad City at a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10.
I would say that Mad City will definitely give you an honest price.
They're fast, they're efficient, and good folks.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers, and we're A+ rated with the BBB. Our kitchen cabinet refacing services help you avoid a lengthy remodel, stay under budget, and transform your kitchen in as little as 2 days, including Lazy Susans, roll-out shelving, plus soft closed doors and drawers. Listen up, final days for 20 homeowners to save with free installation on a cabinet refacing project. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. We'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. Dial 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
So what do you think?
I love it.
Supply chain backlogs, inflation, agitation.
Here's an idea. If we make things here in America, supply chain issues won't be a thing anymore. That's exactly how we built the Bucks Arena, by having 80% of the materials come from Wisconsin. We did the same by paying higher wages. That's how you know, as your senator, I'll get things done. Raising people's wages, make things in America, finally stand up to China. I'm Alex Lazary, and I approve this message because it's time to put more money in the pockets of working people.
A can't-miss celebration of Black contemporary arts returns to the UW campus.
Tomorrow we'll have a sneak peek at the lineup for this year's Black Arts Matter Festival.
And keep the rain gear handy as we're timing out another soggy morning for our commutes. We'll have the impacts tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
News 3 Now is taking action to keep you on top of the latest breaking news.
Taking action whenever news breaks with a team committed to following developing stories so you'll know all the facts.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report is on her Hawaiian tour. Good timing. She'll be back in a couple of weeks. Meanwhile, here are your egg numbers. And here's Julia now with your very wet forecast.
That's right, very wet, and this is what it's going to be like for the next few days for us. As we see outside of our sky cam, a little bit of fog is starting to lay its way over Madison as of right now. On top of that, we're still dealing with some showers in our area. Current conditions as of right now, 47 degrees as we have those breezy winds from the east at 15 miles per hour. We're going to be dealing with breezy and wet conditions throughout the rest of today. However, we can see our friends over into the west and southwest. Visibility has dropped tremendously as we're looking at some fog starting to roll in for us throughout the rest of our afternoon. So just remember, with that fog, as you're going to be traveling, especially over towards the western side of southern Wisconsin, that we're going to be using your low beams and to be careful while traveling this afternoon. Temperatures, 50 degrees in Janesville as of right now, 47 into Madison, and for Boscobel, we're still looking at some cool temperatures to start off our afternoon, folks. And planning out the rest of today, just know it's still going to be on the soggy side, and temperatures are going to be into those upper 40s. Now, we got to talk about where the rain is and how much longer we're going to deal with it. Well, we can see this was a part of a bigger system, but the low has now split itself. We have the upper Midwest, who's dealing with some rain and even some snow over into the Great Plains. And then for our friends into the south are dealing with severe weather as of right now. As you can see, that yellow box, severe thunderstorm warnings are already popping off into areas in the Mississippi and over into Arkansas. But for us, as we take a look at what we're seeing, we're getting into a dry slot as of right now, going into our afternoon. But still, some areas, especially just south of Madison, we are looking at some light rainfall for us as we continue throughout the rest of the afternoon hours. And that's all coming from this low pressure system. Remember, this is where we see the break. So this low is what's bringing in the rain and even the snow into northern upper Midwest or northern Wisconsin and the Minnesota area. However, for the next few hours, what we're going to see going into around the 5 p.m. commute, expect another band of that rain to really start to sweep its way across southern Wisconsin. Much more widespread rain, especially over near Prairie du Chien or even for Crawford County. We could be seeing some of that heavier rainfall starting to roll in, and we can't rule out the potential of seeing some thunderstorms going into tonight as well. So that's what we're going to be looking at overnight. Temperatures are still going to be pretty sustained into the 40s, but we are looking at more heavier rainfall overnight and even some thunderstorm potential of some isolated areas. Now, as we get into our Wednesday morning commutes, just know that areas just north of the Dells going to be looking at some mixtures rolling in for us, and it's still going to be on the wet side, especially around here in Madison, where we're going to be looking at rain showers to stick around for us. And tomorrow is going to be a soggy day once again, just not as widespread, more scattered standard than what we're seeing for this afternoon. But in terms of how much precipitation we're going to be seeing, many of us are going to be looking at an inch or maybe even an inch and a half of rainfall falling for us in southern Wisconsin by the time we get into Thursday morning. On top of that, we are looking for another system to come in from the north that could bring in potential of some light snowfall overnights from Wednesday into Thursday morning and going into our Friday as well. So our three things we're going to need to know, I know it's a little bit of a lot to unpack, but to break it down, we are looking at rain for now going into our Wednesday, but Wednesday night, we are going to be seeing that rain transition into snow from Thursday and another band of some light snow going into our Friday evening. Cool temperatures are going to stick into the 40s until we get into the weekend, but we are looking for a sign of relief as we get into the weekend, as we're going to start to dry out. And that's what we're going to see from our 10-day forecast. This weekend is going to be shaping up into the 40s, a lot more sunshine and quiet conditions, even though it's going to be on the breezier side for Saturday. But then next week, we're going to be seeing another round of some spring showers, especially since next week we're going to see our first week of April. Well, April showers are definitely on the way, Mark. It's going to be a lot for our spring.
You're a little early.
It's just a little.
All right, thank you. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen now, coming up with a new way to use coconuts.
There's just something about coconuts that makes us smile. Maybe it's because we associate them with those fancy tropical drinks that we have on vacation while sitting next to the pool. Or it could be the fond memories of digging into a decadent coconut cream pie or cake that our mom used to make for us for those special occasions. But for those of you who have never enjoyed coconut beyond that, you're missing out. So let me introduce you to coconut in a whole new way. All we do is bread a few thick-cut pork chops with some panko breadcrumbs mixed with shredded coconut and a few spices. After coating them with cooking spray, we bake them off while we throw together a fresh-tasting pineapple salsa that goes together in no time. I think we could serve this on bricks and it would taste good. Once the chops are cooked to at least medium and the breading begins to get crispy, it's done. Then we spoon our pineapple salsa over them and dig in. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? So what do you say you go online and get the recipe for our coconut-crusted pork chops with the pineapple salsa? 'Cause one bite is all it takes to have you smiling from ear to ear. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a coconutty fresh way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, coming up, UW Health clinical dietitian Michelle Swader has some ideas on fasting and how it can benefit your health. We'll talk about that when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 20 homeowners who need a custom kitchen upgrade. Call Mad City Kitchens and be amazed at the before and after difference with cabinet refacing. The quick, affordable alternative to a traditional remodel with attractive styles and colors like Cascade White, Chocolate Pear, and more. With upgrades you'll love like soft closed doors and drawers, countertops, and a new sink installed in as little as 2 days. Don't wait to call. 20 homeowners will save with free installation on a cabinet refacing project. But these are the final days. 18 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. Dial 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings, whatever the season.
What does the Larson experience mean? It means when you entrust us with your gutter or roof project, we'll treat you like a member of our team from start to finish. Hi, Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. It's always been important to me to provide service that can't be beat. Over the past 10 years, we've worked with thousands of families in the community, and we make sure they're always in the loop from the moment we start the project until well after the project is done. We want you to brag about us. It's our goal, the Larson experience. My team has discovered a new product we're really excited about, Gutter Shutter. It's the strongest and most effective gutter system on the market, guaranteed to never clog, sag, or pull away. With the largest downspouts, stronger aluminum, and it's made in the USA. We'll show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off your ladder forever. Right now, get 75% off installation labor, free financing for 24 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new gutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
Well, fasting is the topic of this month's health segment today, and UW Health clinical dietitian Michelle Schwader back with us in the studio after what, 2 years?
Yes, it's been a while. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back. So fasting, what is it?
Yeah, well, fasting, it's been done for centuries, and basically all it is you willingly suspend how much you're eating or what schedule you're eating on. And so people have done that for religious reasons, they've done it for political reasons and protest reasons, and they've even had to do it in the country when food is scarce. There's just been some natural fasting that has happened, and people have been worried about the healthfulness of it, but we've kind of proven that wrong over the years.
Is it for losing weight or general overall health?
Now it's starting to be more for overall health and losing weight. Traditionally, with the religious type of fast, you just did it for the ceremony of it and you just went on with your life. But now people are doing it a little bit more on a daily basis, a weekly basis, and it's become part of their regular lifestyle. And the more research we get on that, the more we see that it can actually have benefits with weight loss, blood pressure, blood sugar, even some anti-inflammatory benefits.
You hear a lot about intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
But that's the new thing, right?
Yeah, that's the phrase. And I really like the word intuitive fasting a little better because it's really trying to base off your own hunger. But the word intermittent fasting is kind of the first one out there, and it's trying to determine the pattern of eating that you're going to have. So will you eat one meal a day? Will you eat within a certain window? And the flexibleness of it is what I really like for patients, because it doesn't have to be an everyday thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can definitely adjust it to what your shift is that day or whether you're working or not.
Do you have to adjust what you're eating?
Well, it's always a good idea to base it on a healthy guideline. So if you're eating less meals in a day, it's actually more important that those meals be nutrition. You don't have a lot of nutrition to waste, so to speak. So you definitely want to stay hydrated and really focus on the produce and the protein is a mantra that I use a lot. Focus on your produce for your vegetables and fruits and your macronutrients, and then your protein to help build all the cells that you're going to need. So those are the things you want to turn to the most. It's kind of human nature to want to turn towards the sweets and the pizza and everything, but
Yeah, I should load up with calories because I'm not going to eat.
Exactly, that's the mentality. But if you load up on a lot of the sugar and the high fructose corn syrup and processed foods, that can actually make your hunger worse. So if you're planning to turn around and fast the next day, it'll actually put you in a more tougher spot than if you had loaded up on the vegetables and the produce.
Is it healthy?
Yep, and it's definitely healthy as long as you do it in the right way. Past meal skippers have made the classic mistake where they will have skipped a bunch of meals and then they'll have a very large dinner, and then you still go over your calories, and your body can only process so much at a time, so the rest gets stored as fat. So
maybe
you still need to be reasonable.
Maybe talk to a professional before you go at it.
Definitely talk to your doctor or dietitian.
Michelle, great to see you in
You
person,
too.
live
Yes,
and in color.
it's great.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Here's Julian, the final check of the forecast.
And with our final look, we're going to be expecting rainy conditions throughout the next few days, folks. So make sure that you're getting comfortable with some wet conditions and have your rain gear nearby throughout the rest of this week. Cool conditions will stick around as well until we get into the weekend, but we are looking for sunshine on the way for Saturday and Sunday. Over to you, Mark.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, stay dry. We'll see you at 4.